Ninjago is a brilliant series that's no stranger to emotional drama, and one of the greatest climaxes in the show's entire run is that of Season 3. I am of course referring to, spoilers ahead, Zane's ultimate sacrifice. And while a lot of attention and praise has been given to this incredible death scene, I don't see a lot of people talking about what comes next. That being the scenes that follow in the aftermath of this climax that tie the season's story together. And today, I'd like to talk about why, in my humble opinion, the closing scene of Ninjago's third season is kinda perfect. Now, I'd like to clarify that the climactic scene of Zane's sacrifice is, of course, really good, especially in the category of music. However, I don't consider it to be perfect. The flashbacks go on for a teensy bit too long, and a few too many of them are comedic for my liking. It kind of takes away from the dramatic moment for me. All around, still an epically emotional climax, and the tiny nitpicks don't stop it from being one of the series' best. But I have no criticisms to speak of about the following scene, which is really two scenes, that being Zane's funeral and Pixel's reunion. I greatly appreciate how much time this episode takes to allow both the characters and the viewer to come to terms with this great loss. While the audience does realize by the episode's end that Zane will return, we first get to see how his death impacts the rest of the cast. The setting of the funeral provides the perfect context for Cyrus to summarize the themes of the season as a whole.
He was the perfect balance between us and technology. He taught us that life should be a balance. Technology can improve our lives, but so can people. And if we focus on one at the expense of the other, that's when the balance is off.
This speech brilliantly highlights how, in a season all about technology, it's Zane's humanity that's at the core of the story. As displayed through his interactions with Pixel, Zane's strength flows from his heart, his compassion and selfless nobility. Someone like him really would be willing to make a sacrifice play to save his team, without a moment's hesitation. It's the final form of his life's highest purpose. Zane died as he lived, defending the defenseless. But Cyrus doesn't know Zane like his team knows him. And Kai offers a much more personal eulogy. Given his limited role in the season's plot and drama, Kai is the perfect character to deliver this speech.
Everyone wondered what powered Zane. I don't know if we'll ever know, but I'd like to think it was brotherhood. Because he powered me. And he'll still power me as his memory lives on.
The concept of Zane's mysterious power source was introduced in the season's first episode, and it's been a running theme throughout. Only now, in the season's final moments, do we finally understand why it was never explained. Zane is perhaps the most selfless and soulful member of the entire team. He wasn't programmed with those ideals. He learned them through human experience. It doesn't really matter what Zane's magic battery was. What matters is the lives he touched, the people he inspired. Such a power is greater than any elemental magic. And yeah, the surprise of falling snow accompanied with the touching violin serenade will pretty much choke me up every time. But one character is noticeably absent from the funeral proceedings. The one he inspired most of all. When we were first introduced to Pixel, she was nothing more than a machine performing her function. It was only through her interactions with Zane that she discovered her emotions, learning to embrace her humanity as he had. And the memories displayed on the monitors around her prove this. These memories, and the close-ups of eyes displayed on them, also harken back to the season's beginning, in which the Overlord projected his own eyes across these very same monitors. I love how both these clips and the musical score help to slowly build up the feeling of hope within Pixel and the audience. Zane's survival isn't revealed at the very beginning of the scene, but we can all get a sense of what's to come. And the sequence that follows is a perfectly emotional epilogue. Some of the best endings in cinema history have been those that concluded on the highest point of emotion, like the catharsis of the final shot of Monsters, Inc., or the profound wonder of the final shot of Luca. But no film makes me feel as deeply as the final shots of this episode do. The tension starts building the moment Pixel's attention is brought to the monitors. Pixel begins walking to inspect this disturbance. Then she begins running. She's our audience surrogate during this sequence, and like her, we feel the same burning curiosity, hoping against hope that the one who inspired so many is not gone. The pacing of these shots is utterly spectacular, all leading up to the final line that confirms our suspicion.
Are we compatible now?
Yet another powerful callback to the beginning of this android love story. One of the primary reasons Zane and Pixel are one of the best couples in the series is due to the solid development of their relationship, and this scene pays tribute to every step of the journey. Ninjago is no stranger to building climactic tension, but this is perhaps the best they've ever done it, especially by how powerfully the music builds. It goes without saying that the score here is truly unforgettable. So yeah, Ninjago is a show designed for children. But a story shouldn't be measured in how original or controversial or edgy it is. Rather, its value comes from the impact left on its audience. I'm only one of the many fans that this episode inspired. It's easy to look at this finale and claim that the sacrifice is meaningless, since the character returns in future episodes. But just because a character is revived doesn't mean the loss can't be meaningful. And besides, while Zane will live on, his original form, the one his father built, is gone forever. It's not often that I come across such a brilliant conclusion, where all the elements work together to create a truly memorable experience. I can analyze and break down these scenes as much as I want, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad we have them, and that multiple generations will get the chance to enjoy them. So thank you, Tommy Anderson, the Hageman brothers, and everyone in the creative team, for bringing us something so profoundly perfect.